Hi, welcome to this video. On February 27th, 2021 at 12:17 a.m. Pacific time, there is a full moon in Virgo happening. This full moon is trine Uranus in Taurus. So with moon in Virgo trining Uranus, this could shake up your usual routine and could bring new energy into your daily life and into the work you might do or into your daily responsibilities in some way. So something unexpected could occur that really shakes things up, and there could even be new ideas about what to do for work or how to make money. And Saturn at 8 degrees 17 minutes of Aquarius is sextile Chiron at 7 degrees 9 minutes of Aries, as they both inconjunct the moon at 8 degrees 57 minutes of Virgo. So that creates a yod. So Saturn sextiling Chiron has been healing wounds around assertiveness and healing wounds around how you feel about authority, and maybe even healing wounds around the more rebellious side around that. So like maybe there have been situations where you've rebelled against authority and there may have been some wounds that occurred because of that. And so this is something that's kind of being brought up, the rebelliousness and the wounds around authority figures. And then inconjunct Virgo, this could likely come up in a work setting or in a daily responsibility kind of setting. So maybe there's some kind of expectation upon you, and perhaps like something gets brought up around that and it brings up these wounds for you to heal them. So, of course, in those situations, being mindful of how you react to those wounds is extremely important. So being as objective as possible and responding in a mature way is always a good idea because, well, with Saturn in Aquarius, it does help you to be more objective and be more mature. And with Chiron and Aries, the interesting thing is that maybe the less mature side of you could come out if you are not being aware of how you're reacting. And then Saturn is conjunct Mercury, which just went direct on February 21st. And Mercury is at 13 degrees 2 minutes of Aquarius. And it's also, Mercury is conjunct Jupiter at 16 degrees 14 minutes of Aquarius. So there's still a lot of planets going on there. So Mercury's there, Saturn and Jupiter. So this is bringing up the issues of dealing with restrictions, of course, to some degree. There is this kind of restrictive energy around freedom still happening. But there's also Mercury there bringing up this kind of issue in conversation, and Jupiter, which brings that awareness and that sort of more expansive energy to move beyond these restrictions in some way. So Saturn's making us aware of these things and bringing attention to these things, while Mercury and Jupiter are trying to kind of maybe move past them in some kind of way where it helps to ameliorate some kind of restrictive situation. And this is also a time where I feel like people are desiring more than ever a sense of community. And there is like this underlying sense of community, but there's also this inability to really completely fulfill that need at this time because of, obviously, Corona is still a problem right now. So So, I mean, that is something we're all dealing with still. And, you know, this is a time where finding that sense of community through other means is probably going to be needed, whether that's online or through technology, and, you know, finding that sense of connection, utilizing technology. And then, of course, Saturn is still square Uranus and Taurus. And by the way, there are going to be 2 more exacts that occur. The last exact square just happened on the 17th. So Saturn square Uranus is, of course, bringing up a lot of energy around restriction and freedom, and also around social issues and money, and looking for equitable solutions to humanitarian issues. Okay, so like really it's going to be, there is this sort of socialism energy going on with Uranus and Taurus and with Saturn and Aquarius. But there's also like, you know, that issue of dealing with justice. And because of Saturn and Aquarius, there is that issue of justice involved and needing to find justice. And then there's also the whole restrictions of freedoms. That's another issue that's been being brought up a lot. And really trying to find that balance of what, you know, you're willing to sacrifice for the greater good versus what is worth fighting for in terms of freedom, and, you know, really being conscientious about how much freedom you're giving up too, because sometimes I don't think we always are looking at the big picture of what's happening when we are giving up our freedom. We're not paying attention enough when we're giving up our freedom. So being super like, you know, put that magnifying glass right up to those situations and making sure that we're not like allowing our freedoms to be taken from us right in front of our faces. Because I don't know, I mean, that's just one of those issues that we got to be aware of right now, I guess, with Saturn squaring Uranus. And, you know, generally speaking, I think that people utilize certain situations to their advantage. So, you know, certain situations being COVID as being an opportunity to take advantage of our, you know, willingness to give up freedom. So like, you know, not trying to go too far down a conspiracy path or anything, but this is something to look at. All right. There's also Venus at 2 degrees, 15 minutes of Pisces, conjunct the sun at 8 degrees, 57 of Pisces. No way, the sun's at the same degree. Oh yeah, never mind, as the moon. That's normal during a full moon, never mind. So anyways, Venus conjunct the sun, and they're sextile Uranus. And Uranus is at 7 degrees, 32 minutes of Taurus on that day, by the way. So this is bringing some new ideas and consciousness into your relationships, and also into creative projects that you might start. So new ideas for making money, new ideas for bringing your dreams into reality, and also just new energies in the relationships that you have. So, and then also awareness into your dreams or your unconscious mind could also come to you during this time. Your intuition would be a lot stronger during this time, most likely, because Uranus kind of shines that light of consciousness, and then Pisces is all about the unconscious mind, and it is very intuitive and in touch with its deepest emotions, and also the emotions of other people. So this is a great time for connecting with people on a deeper level. And then Mars is at 27 degrees, 14 minutes of Taurus, trining Pluto at 25 degrees, 59 minutes of Capricorn. So this is a great time for taking actions that are going to bring you long-term results and long-term transformations. So this is a powerful time for getting like major things done, huge things done that will have a very long-term impact, and especially around money-making ideas or your career. And yeah, this is just like a time of a lot of power energy, because Mars is a very powerful planet and Pluto is a very powerful planet. They're both in Earth signs, so there could be big like movements happening, a lot of action happening at a very deep level as well as at a very visceral level because of it being in an Earth sign. So yeah, that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate it. Have an awesome time.